Reverend Badoy and Dr. Fernando. While Reverend Badoy was focusing on our mission challenges, at the same time, Dr. Fernando was focusing on the foundation of our partnership and mission. While Reverend Badoy was focusing on missional church, Dr. Fernando was talking about missionary God and missionary people. So these two people's presentations were balanced, like a double side of a coin. So I would appreciate your wonderful presentation, Reverend Badoy and Dr. Fernando. 바도이 목사님께서는 미셔널 처치, 선교적 교회에 대해서 말씀을 하셨고, 그리고 우리 허난도 박사님께서는 선교하는 하나님, 미셔너리 갓에 대한 부분을 말씀해 주셨습니다. 레버런 바도이는 현재 필리핀 선교사로서 우리가 필리핀에서 당면하고 있는 여러 문제들 그리고 기회들에 대해서 말씀을 하셨고요. 특별히 교회가 없는 바람가이 5만 2천 바람가이 중에서 18,000 바람가이가 아직 교회가 없다라는 도전을 주셨습니다. 또한 아울러서 9만 4천 교회가 있지만 여전히 대부분의 교회는 선교에 동참하고 있지 않다라는 심각한 문제점을 우리에게 제기해 주셨고, 아울러서 우리가 그동안 간과하고 있었던 이슬람의 세력들은 지금 무섭게 확장하고 있다는 도전과 경각심을 주셨습니다. 이를 위해서 우리가 협력해야 된다라는 말씀을 해 주셨습니다. 또 UCCP에서는 우리 그동안 기장과 우리 장로 교단과의 아주 멋진 연합과 협력의 사례들에 대해서 나누어 주셨고요. 앞으로 더 우리가 관심과 집중을 가져야 될 영역은 소외된 자, 그 하나님의 사랑과 하나님의 긍휼을 이 땅에 확장시키는 것이다라고 말씀을 해 주셨습니다. 자, 혹시 질문 있으실까요? 네, 한번 손을 들어 주시면 우리 도우미들께서 질문해 주실 것 같습니다. But before that, I'd like to ask a question to Reverend Badoy. You mentioned about 18,000 unchurched barangays in the Philippines. Okay, we are so much motivated and challenged. How can we do church planting in?
질문 좀 하겠습니다.
예, 먼저 그럴까요?
아까 손들라 그래서.
그렇군요. 제가 먼저 한번 질문 드려서 한번 잠깐 말씀 듣고 질문 듣겠습니다. How can we do church planting in unchurched barangays?
Yeah, so the Philippine Challenge, who is actually documenting the church planting initiatives, have identified at least 18,000 barangays yet. And I was looking at the presentation of Dr. Hernando, and I was so excited kasi those barangays that are unchurched actually are poor and depressed communities. That's why many churches, they don't want to plant a church there because it's poor. No, if they plant a church, you need bigger budgets. Another reason also why it is unchurched is because they are predominantly Muslim communities or hard to reach communities. There are still barangays that cannot be accessed by roads. You have to take a palm boat or a small boat to go cross in the islands to be able to visit these barangays. So primarily, those are the reasons. So we need to be more strategic really and be intentional if we want to see a church in every barangay. So that's where we can explore collaboration and see how we can really address the issue. Yeah.
Thank you so much. 18,000개의 교회가 없는 바람가이들은 대부분이 가난한 지역이고 무슬림 지역이고 험한 지역에 있다고 그랬습니다. 그래서 허르만도 박사님께서 발제하실 때 제 마음이 뛰었는데 그 이유는 우리가 지금 UCCP에서 강조하고 있는 것처럼 사회 계층 그리고 우리가 전략적으로 가야 될 곳 소외된 자들을 향하여 우리가 협력을 해야 된다고 말씀을 하셨습니다. 결국 가장 중요한 것은 협력이 돼 우리 UCCP와 같은 교단 그리고 현직 교단과의 협력을 통해서 18,000개의 교회가 없는 지역에 우리가 함께 교회를 설립할 수 있다라는 것이었습니다. By the way, who has the statistics or specific nations of track or provinces?
Philippine Challenge. So philippinechurches.org. We can give you the link and you can access it. Yeah.
예, 필리핀 챌린지라고 하는 단체에서 교회가 없는 18,000개 바람가에 대한 리스트를 가지고 있기 때문에 이것을 저희가 함께 공유하고 함께 연구하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 우리 이민희 성사님.
Okay, I want to ask Reverend Badoy. Thank you for your presentation about our cooperation with the Korean missionaries. But I just wonder, have two things you mentioned it. Thank you for sharing us for 3 areas which we can have partnership. But can you tell us what is particular counterpart of Korean missionary in this area?
Yeah, in a partnership, we have to sit down and then look at what do we have. So what are the resources that we can share? So it could be workers, it could be expertise, it could be training, or other resources, so that we can form a team that can actually strategically plant a church in the area. So that's why this will all be exploratory, and we have to really sit down and plan. Yeah.
Is it okay to make some special committee to discuss about this?
Yeah, maybe came up and PMA can sit down, choose some leaders that can really, put into action what we are discussing here, and that would really be good. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing more about your statistics record for born-again Christians. You mentioned we have already 11.9% of born-again Christian of population. But in my own research from last year, from DOT, Department of Tourism, there is only 9% of Christianity in the Philippines, including INC and other Christians. How did you make this statistics record?
Okay. The problem is the statistics when they count, they're also confused, because some would say I'm Assemblies of God, I'm Foursquare, I'm Alliance, and it's not evangelical. If it's not written evangelical, normally they don't count evangelical. So that's why the figures are lower. But this one, it's from the research that was done by our people, those who really know that these are evangelical churches and members of evangelical churches. So maybe that's where the difference is. Just like the number of Muslims, statistics, NSO will give you a lower number. But the Commission on Muslim Filipinos will give you a higher number, because many had been born without birth certificates. So NSO will only document with birth certificates. Without birth certificates, even though they were born, it's not counted. But the Commission on Muslim Filipinos, they count it. So these are the reasons why there are differences in the figures.
Okay, thank you very much.
And by the way, all the trainings, all those 8 best practices, we have training resources available, and we would love to share that. That's our goal this year, is to really raise more missional churches. So how do we write missions policies and strategies? How do we do all of those 8? We have the resources needed, and we would love to really share that with you, so together we can raise more missional churches.
Okay, thank you. 감사합니다. 또 질문 있으십니까? 한두 분만 더 받도록 하겠습니다. 네, 없으시면은 제가 하나.
네, 제가 질문하겠습니다.
어느 분이신가요?
네, 기장
예.
해외 선교 동역자 김영근 선교사입니다. 지금 질문은 서로 짜고 치는 거고요. 질문 내용은 짜고 치지 않습니다. 희년대를 맞아서 정말 우리 한인 선교사님들에게 정말 우리가 들어야 될 유의미한 질문을 좀 하고 싶은데, 두 분, 우리 노노 바도이 목사님하고 허난도 목사님 두 분에게 공동 질문 드리겠습니다. 50년의 선교 역사를 저희가 가져왔는데, 앞으로의 정말 파트너십을 위한 그러한 어떤 좋은 선교적 파트너십을 갖고 나가기 위해서 우리가 지금 알아야 될 것이 하나 있는데, 정말 우리 필리핀 교계 입장에서 우리 한인 선교사님들이 앞으로는 좀 이런 선교는 하지 말았으면 좋겠다, 그런 선교 한 3가지 정도, 그리고 앞으로는 이런 부분은 정말로 파트너십을 위해서 중요한 필리핀 선교에 정말 필요한 선교, 이거는 좀 도와주었으면 좋겠다. 함께 협력했으면 좋겠다. 이런 부분 있으면 한 3가지 정도 이렇게 좀 두 분에게 질문드리고 싶습니다.
Well, that is a common questions to both of you. When you look back the ministries of Korean missionaries, I believe that you witnessed some ministries or outcome or their way of ministries which are not recommendable. Well, what kind of ministries of Korean missions you would suggest not to do? Okay. I know it's very sensitive, but but I know that. But we are eager to listen. At the same time, after saying that, you can just recommend or suggest several ideas. This is the way we expect from you to do in the Philippines. Oh, yes.
Let me answer that question. I was involved with the Kijang World Mission Academy, and I also gave orientational input on mission in the Philippines. But prior to that, before the implementation of the World Mission Academy of PROK, there were already PROK pastors who were sent to the Philippines, maybe through Paul Mission and other mission agencies. And they were not given a very good orientation what to do in the Philippines. So we cannot blame individual missionaries, mission co-workers who were sent here because they don't know any language. And of course, Korean language is a very strong cultural language. And it's not easy for Koreans to learn another language, especially Filipinos, but they spend a lot of time learning. Because we are multilingual, and we have, when you're in the Visayas, you have to learn several languages, and you're in Luzon, also the same. And, learning Tagalog, and if you want to go to Mindanao, that will not apply, because the Mindanaoans will say, oh, you better speak Bisaya, So those kind of things hinder them, and in understanding the culture and cultural values of Filipinos, and therefore there is a mismatch in terms of mission programs or projects that they implement or they carry out with what the people really need. So, so there was a focus on funding, Even UCCP churches we're looking forward that the Korean missionaries will be able to facilitate money, funding for some projects or for some like church building fund, and it's not a mistake, it's not wrong. It's just that sometimes, we lack the skill to determine what is good for the people, what is the right or maybe appropriate programs that our people need in the Philippines.
Okay.
먼저 언어와 문화에 대한 용어에서 말씀을 하셨고요. 특별히 어떤 사역을 하거나 교회를 개척할 때 그곳 현장이 정말 필요하느냐 이 부분에 좀 민감했으면 좋겠다는 영역이었고 언어에 있어서도 특히 타갈록 이곳에서 섬길 때 언어의 중요성 말씀하셨습니다. 예, Reverend Badoy.
Yeah, what I appreciate with the Korean missionaries that I've been working with is the aspect of humility. I think that's very key. When you are a missionary and serving in another country, you have to work alongside with the local agencies or leaders and pastors. And I have seen that in all the Korean missionaries that I work with. But I hear of some, and I believe they are not part of you, because I think there are about 2,000 Korean missionaries in the Philippines, and some are not part of your group, and there are complaints about this group, Even Bishop Noel Pantao was telling me, sakit daw ulo yung iba. But for you, I've been working with a lot, I was joking even over breakfast. I am a Filipino, but I learned Philippine history and Asian history from Dr. Tim Wang. He was my professor. He started in UP. So Korean teaching Filipino. Of course, Reverend Dong Beckley had been serving in the board, no, of PMA, Reverend Nak Yun Kim, and many others that are working. Of course, Fall Mission, we always are part of the training, and we're really grateful to the Lord for that. So I think that aspect we have to maintain so that there would really be a good working relationship. Another thing, maybe that we can learn in the past is in the area of dependency, because we have to really teach believers that God is the ultimate provider. So God owns everything, He will provide enough, and God will provide abundantly. So that they will not be dependent on Korean missionaries or Korean missions, rather than they would be dependent on the Lord. Because what we have seen, those that are more dependent on the Korean missionaries are having a hard time sustaining the ministry on their own. So I think that's one thing. But not only Korean missions, but other nationalities now, they are also beginning to realize that. So I think that's one thing as we move forward. Let's try to really teach God's people to trust the Lord to provide. They should not look at the West for resources, because resources are right within the local church or within the community. So I think those observations.
예, 계속해서 우리 이제 공동체와의 협력, 특별히 두 번째는 좀 민감한 부분이 했지만 재정적인 의존성을 너무나 우리 필리핀 형제들이 의지하지 않도록 이렇게 주의해 주셨으면 좋겠다는 말씀이었습니다. 예, 더 진행하고 싶지만 시간적으로 많이 지났기 때문에 once again, Reverend Badoy and Dr. Hernando, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. 야, 우리 두 분께 박수 한번 쳐냈으면 좋겠습니다.